green flag is now in the air, signaling that everything is ready for the starting procedure to begin. He surprised everybody and he goes into the race lead. Fantastic start. So, there's a big crash.
Hello race fans and good morning. Welcome to Brno. Here we are on the main straight of Masaryk Circuit in the Czech Republic. And as you can see behind my back, we are on the main straight with the starting grid of the second race of the FIA Formula 4 Central European Zone Championship. This is the final weekend of the season and we can't be more excited because this is the fight for the championship title. Let's start from the pole position here. We do have the car number 24, that's yesterday's winner, Javier Herrera, the Mexican driver racing for the Swiss team Jensen Motorsport. As I said yesterday, he took his first win of the season, so yesterday it was a big day for Javier Herrera, winning the first race of the season. But if we speak about the championship fight, if we speak about the fight for the championship title, we have to be focused on this driver, starting from second place into the second race of the weekend. It is the Czech local hero, Max Karhan. Yesterday he finished in second place, and that only means that the difference between him and the championship leader Gino Trappa is on level of 25 points. 25 points between Max Karhan, second in the championship, and the championship leader Gino Trappa, his teammate from Jensen Motorsport. And of course we're gonna also look for Gino Trappa, but I can see also Adam Colt here on the grid, the Czech driver from the TCR Eastern Europe Championship, who is here to wish best of luck to Max Karhan. Hello Adam, good morning. You are here on the grid to wish best of luck to Max Karhan. So what do you expect from Max today?
I hope he will do his best and win the race. I wish him all the best.
You believe the championship can be his?
I still believe.
Absolutely. Enjoy the day. Thank you, Adam.
Thank you.
So this was Adam Ko, the championship contender in TCR Eastern Europe. He was here on the grid to wish best of luck to Max Karhan, our Czech driver fighting for the championship title, in Formula 4 Central European Zone Championship. Third place on the grid, this is Kirill Kutskov, the racer from Kyrgyzstan, racing for another Swiss team, Mafia Racing. Here we have another Mexican driver with number 23, that's Nicolas Cortez. It's a third car of Jensen Motorsport. Next to him, on my left-hand side, starting with number 188, that's of course Matilda Patz, the German female driver. Yesterday it was a really good race for Matilda Patz, so we are just curious what she is about to show us today. Number 48, the guy I was talking about. This is our championship leader. Ladies and gentlemen, Gino Trappa, 274 points to his name before the final two races of the season, and he has the advantage of 25 points over Max Karhan. But Max Karhan is going to start the race from the second place, and here we are in the third row, which means that Gino Trappa is starting the race from P6. So, before the second race of this weekend, of the final weekend of the season, it's a slightly better position for Max Karhan, who can make the gap between himself and the championship leader Gino Trappa even smaller before the final race today afternoon. So, absolutely, we can't be more excited for the race to come. It will be a great championship fight, a great fight for the championship title between the two 17 years old racers, both racing for the Swiss team Jensen Motorsport. So it will be a fight between the two two teammates for the championship title in the FIA Formula 4 Central European Zone Championship for the season 2025. Make sure you are joining me for the race. The formation lap is going to start in 2 minutes and 40 seconds, so well, let's get ready for some more racing action here in Brno on Masaryk Circuit. So hello again, good morning race fans all over the world. Here we are on a Masaryk Circuit in Brno in the Czech Republic to witness the second to last race of the 2025 Formula 4 Central European Zone Championship, and we can't be more excited because this is the final showdown. This is the final day of the season. 2 races ahead of us. This is the second to last. We are just about to start the second race of the weekend here in Brno, and it will be a great battle between the two teammates. Both drivers racing for Jenser Motorsport, the Swiss team, with these typical black and blue colors on its cars. So we are ready to see, we are ready to watch this final battle for the championship title between the Czech driver Max Karhan, sitting in second place in the championship standings, and the championship leader, his teammate and Argentinian Gino Trappa. 274 points to his name. So 274 points for Gino Trappa at the moment, and 249 points for Max Karhan in second place. It only means that the gap between these two drivers is 25 points, and today we can still play for 50 points. Still 50 points in the game. So for Max Karhan, the ideal scenario would be winning the second race, making the gap between him and Gino Trappa as small as possible, and then just fight for everything in the final race today afternoon. This is the plan for Max Karhan, and I believe he is capable of doing that. But on the other hand, of course, Gino Trappa, with 6 victories to his name so far in this season, we know very well what he is capable of. And even though he is starting from the 6th place, he will be able to attack, I believe so. So let's get ready for racing action here in Brno. We are in the formation lap, and this is the final part of the track here on Masaryk Circuit, the final climb into the last chicane. And here we have yesterday's winner, actually, Javier Herrera. Yesterday he won, of course, his 2nd race of the season. I said it was the 1st race on the grid, but of course, my apology, it was the 2nd race of the season which he won here, because he already won 1 race in Most at the end of July. So yesterday it was the 2nd win of the season for Javier Herrera, and today he's going to start the 2nd race from pole position. So another great opportunity for Javier Herrera, the teammate of Gino Trappa and Max Karhan. Of course, Jenser Motorsport is the most dominant team in the field, with the largest amount of cars on the grid. And you can see also on your left hand side of the screen the Argentinian flag on the grandstand. So not only Czech fans are here in Brno, not only the local people are here to support Max Karhan, but also we do have the Argentinian fans here in the Czech Republic to support Gino Trappa. So greetings to Argentina, greetings to all Argentinian fans joining us live. And let's get ready for the 2nd race of the weekend. We have 5 red lights, and the lights are out, and we are racing for the 2nd time with Formula 4 Central European Zone Championship here in Brno. It was a good start by Javier Herrera. He should be the leader into the 1st corner, but behind Trappa, behind him, it was a fight between Max Karhan and the other drivers. So let's wait and see who is there up in the front. Wow, it's a great fight between Max Karhan and I believe it's also Matilda Paz, most likely. The black... Oh no, there is a crash! There is a crash between one of the Janssen cars and also Renauer Motorsport car. This is the Renauer Motorsport car with... I believe it might be number 9, who is Simon Schranz, the Austrian. But we need to look at it one more time, of course, from the replay. This was a nasty crash. It was harsh contact between the 2 drivers, and I was afraid for a moment that the Renauer Motorsport car would go over the top, over its roof, over its halo. But fortunately, that's not what has happened, and I believe we are going to have the safety car. I believe that safety car is going to be deployed here, because we have at last one destroyed and damaged car in the gravel zone. So I believe the race will be neutralized pretty much soon, with 23 minutes to go. We have the yellow flags, and I believe the yellow flags are in corner number 6, but still no news about safety car, and we still go green. Actually, here we are again on the main straight of Masaryk Circuit, so far so green, let's say, for the race. And let's check the standings here. Javier Herrera is leading the race from the pole position. Max Karhan behind him. Kirill Kuskov in P3, driving the white car of Maffe Racing. Matilda Paz in 4th place. So it's another great race for Matilda Paz. Yesterday Matilda finished in P5, and today we have Matilda in 4th place. Great fights between Maffe Racing and Janssen Motorsport. So 2 drivers of 2 Swiss teams fighting each other here in the midfield, and the 3rd car belongs to Yannick Motorsport, I believe. So it should be David Gorczyca. We have at last 2 cars on the pit lane, with the front wing being changed after the contact. So no safety car, no neutralization necessary here. we are still going green, and still we have the proper fight for the championship title here. Where is Gino Trappa? In P5. So it was a good start for Gino Trappa. He is in 5th place now, ahead of David Gorczyca, the Czech driver, racing for Janik Motorsport, and Theodor Borenstein is in P7. So that was the group of cars we've been watching. Gino Trappa ahead of Theodor Borenstein and David Gorczyca, 5th, 6th and 7th place respectively. Here we are again climbing up into the final chicane of Masaryk Circuit. One of the cars getting back on track. And that's number 18, Maffei Racing car. This is Andreas Labue, the Swiss newcomer to the series, the rookie this season. So somehow he was also collected during the first lap. And I believe he got the new front wing on the pit lane. So Andreas Labue is ready to continue in the race, but unfortunately for him with a decent gap, and right now, according to live timing, he is in P18, 1 lap down, of course. Javier Herrera, meanwhile, leads the race over 2 seconds. Almost 2 seconds between him and Max Karhan in 2nd place. Still Kirill Kutskov in 3rd, Matilda Parts 4th, and Theodor Borenstein right now in 5th place. So this is a good first part of the race for the Czech driver racing for Maffei Racing, Theodor Borenstein, who is in 5th place, which means he overtook Gino Trappa last lap around. And of course it brings a lot of joy also to the only Czech Formula 1 driver Tomáš Enge, because Tomáš Enge is here in Brno, and he works as a driver coach to Theodor Borenstein. So I believe that somewhere in the paddock Tomáš Enge is standing, and he's not hiding the smile on his face right now. It's lovely to watch for him, of course. The guy he's coaching being in P5, battling the championship leader. That's a pretty good situation for Theodor Borenstein right now. But still, we have 19 minutes to go. We are still in the early stages of the race. The starting procedure is being under investigation for some reason, so maybe there was some rules violation. So hopefully there will be no penalty for any driver. This was car number 25, Florentin Hartemer. Another Jensen Motorsport driver, currently being in P13 behind Michalina Sabai. And what's the situation up in the front of the race? Javier Herrera leads the way, and number 25 is under investigation for the starting procedure, and also number 6 is under investigation. These two drivers are being investigated because of their involvement in the incident which has happened earlier during the first lap, I believe. So Florentin Hartemer, the Swiss driver, under investigation, and also number 6, and that's the Canadian driver Hadi Mimasi, racing for Renauer Motorsport. Not a good weekend for Hadi Mimasi at all. Yesterday he finished in P7, and today I believe there is no chance for him to finish on the podium because he is in P19. He's not a lap down, but after some incident during the first lap, he's just second to last at the moment. Only Andreas Labue is there behind him, 1 lap down in a P20. So another good race for the Canadian, plus he's being investigated, so possibly he can get a penalty here. but let's wait and see how the race control will decide this situation and the incidents from the first lap. Number 18 goes back to the pit lane. Meanwhile, it's Andreas Labue. So maybe this will be the retirement for Andreas, because I believe there is some damage to his car after being collected during the first lap of the race. So Andreas Labue back to the pits. And as you can see now on your right hand side, the mechanics are just checking the car. No works are being done at the moment, so this will be the retirement, I believe, for Andreas Labue here. What a shame, what a pity for the Swiss guy. But meanwhile, we are still watching the battles on the racetrack with 15 minutes to go. And this might be Theodor Borenstein actually ahead of Matilda Paz. I just need to check the starting number. So no, this is Matilda Paz, yes, in the black car, but she is chasing down Kirill Kutskov actually. And this could be the fight for the third place here actually. Max Karhan is there ahead of them. Yes, you can see the top 4 cars on the main straight. Javier Herrera, he's still pulling away from Max Karhan. The gap between them is 3 seconds and 7/10 of a second. So almost 4 seconds between Javier Herrera and Max Karhan. One more car has retired. But look at this fight. I mean, Matilda Paz, she is on fire here in Brno. And she has really good pace. This might be a great result for Matilda Paz here in the Czech Republic. So far this season, she has achieved 1 podium finish on a Red Bull Ring during the second weekend of the season. She finished the race 3 on Red Bull Ring in 2nd place, and that's her best result so far, and the only podium she has achieved this season. But right now here in Brno, Matilda Paz, she is very close to being on the podium again. And of course that would be amazing for a German driver racing for family-run team. Number 12 here, this is Theodor Borenstein, of course. 3.8 seconds behind Matilda Paz, driving lonely in 5th place. The gap between him and Gino Trappa in 6th place is 1 second. So at the moment there is no danger for Theodor Borenstein, but look at Matilda Paz driving the black carbon fibered liveried car. She is on the move here. She is in the striking distance, and she's trying to find her way ahead of Kirill Kutskov, the young racer starting under the flag of Kyrgyzstan. I believe that Kirill is originally Russian, but because of the international situation in Ukraine, he has to race under different flag, of course, so that's why he has a flag of Kyrgyzstan next to his name. And this will be really interesting to the very final lap of the race. Kirill Kutskov under pressure from Matilda Paz. She knows that she's quicker. She knows that she's capable of doing it. Last time around, she lapped under 2 minutes, unlike Kirill Kutskov. He did 2 minutes .089. Matilda did 1:59.9, so she is definitely quicker. And there is almost no gap between these two young drivers. Here we go, the final chicane, and we will be on the main straight of Masaryk Circuit again. Now Matilda Pats has to use the slipstream behind Kirill Kutskov. And she can try to prepare herself, to prepare the best position for herself to attack Kirill Kutskov into the third corner. Here is Max Karhan in second place, and look at his battle. Nice battle into the first corner, and it was Michalina Sabai with number 75 overtaking number 8, I believe. Yes, it was Stefan Treneski, the young Macedonian driver racing for Czech team Janik Motorsport. So Michalina Sabai overtook Stefan Treneski, and she is in P13 now. Another car enters the pit lane with a broken front wing, I believe. It was number 9, so it was Simon Schranz for Renauer Motorsport. Not a good race for Renauer after the collision during the first lap of the race. This is the number 8 of Stefan Treneski. So the Macedonian is now the lonely driver in 13th place. Or in 14th, shall I say, of course, because Michalina overtook him, and the live timing just hasn't refreshed yet, but it is a 14th place for Stefan Treneski at the moment. And here we have the two Jensen Motorsport cars trying to find their way ahead. Yes, it's a fight for 10th place here between František Němec in P10, driving the number 17 of F4 CEZ Academy team, and behind the Czech driver there are the other cars entered by Jensen Motorsport. So behind František Němec it is Florentin Hattemer and Nicolas Cortes. Also not the best weekend for Nicolas Cortes, because yesterday he was 4th and today he's not even between the top 10 cars. But still 7.5 minutes to go, so the chance might be there also for Nicolas Cortes. Nicolas Cortes finished 2nd twice in Most. That was his best weekend of the season, definitely. Much, much better than the race weekend on Slovakia Ring, where he finished in P19, P18 and P11. So Nicolas Cortes took no points from Slovakia, and that was really poor performance. Also there was some bad luck for him, and look at his battle now. It's Florentin Hattemer trying to overtake František Němec, and he is successful in doing so. So Florentin Hattemer takes P10. It's a nice battle between the Swiss guy and Czech driver František Němec from the last corner onto the main straight again. still going side by side into the first corner of Masaryk Circuit, but this time there was the inside line for Florentin Hatama. So nice move down here. And after some time, here we are back up in the front. Still Kirill Kutzkov in third place ahead of Matilda Parts, but also Theodor Borenstein is joining the party, as it seems to me. So maybe also Theodor Borenstein is there in the game for the third place with 5 minutes to go. Meanwhile, Javier Herrera is leading the way with a large gap over Max Karhan in second place. It all goes well for Max Karhan because he still is in second place, and Gino Trappa is down there in sixth. So Max Karhan virtually is doing is making the gap between him and the championship leader Trappa even smaller. Well, basically Max Karhan needs to be within 25 points with Gino Trappa ahead of the final race if he wants to keep his title chances alive. And at the moment it works for him because Gino Trappa is in sixth with no chance for overtaking now. But look at this battle. Look at this battle. This is the fight for the third place here with 4 minutes to go. We have Kirill Kutzkov in third, Matilda Parts in fourth, and Theodor Borenstein in fifth. So yes, as I said previously, Theodor Borenstein has joined the party here, and this is a good race for a young Czech driver racing for Mafia Racing. He is in the game, and he definitely can try to finish the race in B3, which would be amazing for Theo Borenstein. His best finish of the season yet is the 5th place from the final race in Slovakia ring. But this time this can be even better for Theodor Borenstein. 3 minutes 20 seconds to go, and I believe that something is going to happen here between these three drivers. But also we have Gino Trappa not so far away in P6, and the Hungarian Bennett Gaspar in P7 behind Gino Trappa. So it's almost a group of 5 cars fighting for the 3rd place now. This is Trappa and Gaspar, but Theodor Borenstein is almost in the striking distance behind Matilda Parts. Again, it's the fight between white Mafia Racing car and carbon fiber liveried black car of Matilda Parts. Now Theodor Borenstein is really close behind Matilda Parts, and now he tries to go for the inside. Not this time, and Matilda Parts is trying to overtake Kirill Kutzkov. But Kirill Kutzkov just closed the door in front of her, and now Borenstein is trying to go for the inside line. But no overtaking here, and look how close Gino Trappa is now. Of course, he's taking the advantage from this freeway battle ahead of him, so he gets closer, and now he is just behind Theodor Borenstein. So also Gino Trappa has the chance for overtaking here, and still he is taking Bennett Gaspar with him. So this is the fight of 5 drivers for 3rd place in this second race of the FIA Formula 4 Central European Championship here in Brno. 1.5 minutes to go. So it only means this is the second to last lap. So not many chances has left for the drivers fighting here for 3rd place. Still Kirill Kutskov in 3rd. Here he is, the leader of this pack. Matilda Pác in the black car behind him. Behind her it's Theodor Borenstein, the Czech driver, being coached by Tomáš Enge, the only Czech Formula 1 driver. Behind Borenstein it is Gino Trappa, the championship leader, driving the black and blue Jensen Motorsport car. And behind Gino Trappa it is the Hungarian Bennett Gaspar, driving number 69 Zöngő Motorsport car. Now Matilda Pác trying to find the inside line for her, but it's really complicated to overtake into the first corner. But this time there might be a chance for Theodor Borenstein to find his way ahead of Matilda Pác. Matilda is trying to be defensive. Borenstein is going from the outside. This time it could be the inside line for Borenstein. And Borenstein takes 4th place here with 8 seconds to go. So Borenstein goes up into the 4th place here. Now he's trying to be defensive because he can see Gino Trappa in his mirrors. It's a nice battle between Borenstein, Trappa and Pác. Borenstein is ahead of Trappa, who has overtaken Matilda Pác. So now with his Kutskov in 3rd, Borenstein in 4th, Gino Trappa in P5. Matilda Pác in P6, and here she is. Now she needs to be defensive again because she has Bennett Gaspar behind her rear wing, and the Hungarian is trying to find the inside line, but there was basically no space. Time is up, of course, so we are just waiting for the checkered flag. This is the final climb, and here we are on the main straight again, ladies and gentlemen. Javier Herrera, he takes the checkered flag and he wins again, the 2nd win in a row for Javier Herrera. Max Karhan in 2nd place again, so second place in a row for Max Karhan. Also a good result for his championship chances. And look at this battle. It is 3rd place for Kirill Kutskov, 4th place for Theodor Borenstein, P5 for Gino Trappa, 6th place for Bennett Gaspar. So Bennett Gaspar overtook Matilda Pác after all. Yes, Bennett Gaspar in 6th place, Matilda Pác in P7, David Gorčica racing for Janik Motorsport in 8th, Nicolas Cortes, another Jensen Motorsport driver, in P9, Nicole Havada, the Czech-Canadian driver, in a P10. So it's a good result for the Czech-Canadian driver, also racing in Formula 1 Academy this season. František Němec in a P11, Florentin Hattemer in a P12, Michalina Sabaj 13th, Stefan Treneski, the 2nd driver of Janik Motorsport, in P14, Igor Polak from Poland in P15, Chiara Henny in P16, 17th place for Nikolai Dürvet. So, Nikolai Divat actually in P17, he was the last driver to take the checkered flag. Simon Schranz, Hadimi Massi and Andreas Leopue, these three drivers have not been classified after collisions and technical issues to their cars. So 17 drivers took the checkered flag. These are the final results of the second race of the FIA Formula 4 Central European Zone Championship here in Brno. Second place for Max Carhan only means that his championship title chances are still alive ahead of the final race. Make sure you are joining us also for the final race of the season later today. It will be the final battle for the title between Max Carhan and Gino Trappa. Thank you very much for joining us now and see you later.
The green flag is now in the air, signaling that everything is ready for the starting procedure to begin. He surprised everybody and he goes into the race lead. Fantastic start. So, oh, there's a big crash.